Your cat has already apologized to you, probably more than once, and you almost certainly did not recognize it when it happened. Not because you were not paying attention, because no one ever told you what an apology looks like in a species that does not have words. For decades, the prevailing idea has been simple and wrong. Cats do not feel guilt. Cats do not repair relationships. Cats are indifferent to conflict. If your cat ignores you after a disagreement, they simply do not care. That idea has done more damage to the bond between cats and their owners than almost anything else. Because while owners were reading indifference, their cats were using every social tool available to them to say something specific. I do not want this tension between us. I want us to be okay again. Today, 12 signals. The ones your cat uses to repair the bond, and the ones you have been misreading as attitude, arrogance, or nothing at all. Stay through to the last one because it is the one that looks most like a rejection and is actually the deepest form of vulnerability a cat can offer. Sign 1, the turn. You scold your cat. They turn their back to you, start grooming, or stare at a blank wall, and your first reaction is, look at that attitude. Here is what actually happened. In feline communication, direct eye contact during a conflict is a declaration of war, a challenge. When your cat turns away, avoids your gaze, or begins grooming while tension is high, they are doing something precise. They are de-escalating. They are using a calming signal that says, I am not a threat. I do not want to fight. Truce. This is one of the most well-documented appeasement behaviors in feline ethology. The more directly they turn away, the more deliberate the signal. That turned back is not pride. It is the most respectful thing they know how to offer in that moment. Not attitude, a white flag. Sign 2, the shadow. After the turn comes the shadow. Your cat does not come to you, but they do not leave the room either. They exist near you, on the other end of the couch, in the doorway, within your orbit without demanding anything. Guess what this costs them? A cat who stays in the same room as a perceived threat is making a calculated, deliberate choice. They are testing the waters. They are saying, I am not leaving. I am waiting for you to be ready. Research on feline proximity maintenance confirms that staying in the same space as a source of tension without forcing interaction is an active social behavior in bonded cats. It is a passive apology. It is your cat holding the door open from their side, waiting for you to walk through it. Sign 3, the return to place. Watch what happens after the shadow. Many cats, instead of hiding in another room, return deliberately to their usual spot, their cushion, their corner, their specific resting place, and settle there in your presence. Most owners read this as total indifference. It is not. Research on feline territorial behavior and stress regulation suggests that returning to familiar scent markers after a stressful event is a documented self-regulation strategy in domestic cats. But the significant detail is this: choosing to do it in your presence rather than retreating to a hidden space is a statement. The tension has not driven them away from the shared environment. They are staying in your world. That choice to remain in the same space even after conflict is residual trust declared through behavior, not indifference. A quiet declaration that the bond is still intact. Sign 4, the slow blink. The slow blink is the most famous signal in cat communication, and it is explained poorly in almost every video that covers it. Yes, it means trust, but here is what most people miss. Research from the University of Sussex confirmed that when a cat deliberately closes their eyes in front of you during a moment of tension, they are putting themselves at a tactical disadvantage. A predator does not close its eyes in front of a threat. This is a physiological act of vulnerability. And here is the part that changes everything. If you return the slow blink, the cortisol levels in your cat drop measurably. It is a biofeedback loop. They calm you, you calm them. If your cat slow blinks after you have raised your voice, they are not being random. They are checking whether the emotional connection between you still works, whether you can still speak their language. Always return the blink. If you ignore it, they register the attempt as failed, and their anxiety spikes. Not a cute gesture, a repair attempt. Respond to it. Think about the last time your cat slow blinked at you after a difficult moment. Did you blink back? Tell us in the comments. That single exchange matters more than most owners ever realize. Sign 5, the question mark tail. Watch your cat's tail the next time they approach you after a disagreement. If they walk toward you with the tail held high and the very tip curved over like a hook, that specific shape is a diplomatic signal. In feline language, a vertical tail signals willingness to interact, but the curve at the tip, that is the question. They are asking permission to re-enter your space. They are saying, can we be okay again? If they brush against your leg with that tail, they are waiting for an answer, a soft word, a gentle touch. You have said yes, silence or withdrawal. They often retreat confused. That tiny curve is one of the most precise emotional signals in the feline vocabulary. Learn to read it. Sign 6, the repair purr. Most people believe purring equals happiness. Veterinarians know better. Cats also purr when they are injured, frightened, or in pain, because purr frequencies between roughly 20 and 150 hertz have documented therapeutic effects on bone and tissue healing. But purring also serves a social function. Behaviorists call them solicitation purrs, purrs used to regulate the emotional state of another being. When your cat approaches after a conflict and begins purring intensely without playful body language, they are not saying they are happy. They are saying, I am self-regulating from the stress of this, and I am trying to regulate you too. They are using vibration as emotional repair. Do not push them away. They are doing the feline equivalent of offering you a hand. Sign 7, the scent overwrite. Your cat headbutts your hand or rubs their cheek against your shin right after a disagreement. Most owners read this as affection. It is more than affection. It is chemical repair. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, forehead, and chin. When you are angry or stressed, your body chemistry changes. You literally smell like conflict to your cat. By rubbing against you, they are depositing their own safety pheromones onto your skin. They are overriding the conflict scent with the group scent. They are reclaiming you, not an itch, an act of restoration. Sign 8, the wait. Sometimes when you are upset, your cat does not just stay near you. They climb on top of you, all of their weight on your chest or legs, and they stay there. This is the feline equivalent of a weighted blanket. In human therapy, weighted pressure stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for calm. Your cat's body weight does the same thing. If they come back after a conflict and plant themselves on your lap and refuse to move, they are saying, I am not leaving until you have calmed down. I am using my body to anchor yours. Not intrusion, emotional first aid. Sign 9, the accelerated sleep. And here's the one that almost every owner misreads completely. After a moment of tension, your cat settles near you and falls asleep quickly. Most owners see this and think they genuinely do not care. They forgot about it immediately. They were not even affected. Here is what was actually happening. Sleep in the presence of a perceived threat is neurologically impossible for a cat. The feline nervous system cannot enter a sleep state when it registers active danger nearby. If your cat falls asleep in your presence shortly after a conflict, their nervous system has already completed the reclassification. The threat assessment has resolved. You have been refiled from tension source back to safe presence. They are not indifferent to the conflict. They are declaring it finished in the most literal biological sense available to them, not forgetting, forgiving. Sign 10, the offering. Their favorite toy left near your feet while you are still fuming. Most owners ignore it or toss it aside. Do not. In feral cat colonies, sharing resources is the highest social signal. It means you belong to my group. When your cat brings their most valued object after a moment of tension, they are sacrificing something precious to pay tribute to the relationship. That toy is an olive branch in the most literal sense available to them. Pick it up, acknowledge it. You have just accepted a formal apology. Sign 11, the grooming. Your cat gently licks your hand or nibbles your hair after tension. Your instinct may be to pull away. Do not. Allo-grooming, social grooming, is reserved exclusively for individuals a cat considers family, and licking releases endorphins in the brain of both the giver and the receiver. When your cat grooms you after a conflict, they are trying to wash away the stress. They are remarking you with their scent. You are mine, I am yours, the conflict is over. Pulling away rejects a ritual of bond restoration that your cat initiated at significant emotional cost. Let them finish. It is the seal of peace. Has your cat ever groomed you after a difficult moment, or tried to, and you pulled away without understanding what it meant? Tell us in the comments. These moments deserve to be named. Sign 12, the belly. And here is the one that causes the most confusion and the most heartbreak. You have a disagreement. Your cat immediately rolls onto their back and exposes their stomach. Most people reach for the belly. Most people get bitten. And most people think their cat tricked them. They did not trick you. They offered you the most vulnerable signal available to them, and you responded in a way their nervous system read as a threat. The belly is not an invitation. It is a declaration of surrender. The cat is saying, look, I am completely defenseless. Please do not hurt me. The vital organs are exposed. This is extreme vulnerability, not an invitation to touch. The correct response is to do nothing. Look at them. Offer a slow blink. Say something soft. Respect the space. That respect, that acknowledgement of their vulnerability without exploiting it, is the most complete apology you can offer in return. Not a trap. The deepest trust signal your cat knows how to make. These 12 signals are what your cat does after something goes wrong between you. But there is a parallel language, one that runs every single day, in the quiet moments when nothing is wrong at all. The way you greet them when you walk in, the way you sit near them without asking for anything, the way your voice sounds when you talk to them about nothing in particular. Every one of those ordinary moments is being read, filed, and returned as trust. That language, the one your cat uses to tell you they love you before any conflict ever happens, is what the next video is about. It is on your screen right now.